Life has sweetness to it, and a beauty and a power that I wanted to celebrate. I never smoked in my life, neither did my mother. And so many women I meet, whose mothers or aunts or whoever who have gotten lung cancer were no-time smokers. Life is amazing. Live it to the fullest. Stay as long as you can. Keep your chin up. And don't go to the funeral, mine or yours or your loved ones, until the day of the funeral, because then you miss the life that you have left. I've always felt very strongly about human rights for blacks, women, and gays. Our Constitution is about equality for all. That's got to mean something to all of us. Talk about a woman of a certain age. Pearl Buck was a great prototype of continuing to work. She was in the hospital dying of cancer, and in the next room was her secretary, typing out her next book. Do not tell somebody how to vote. Just go up to them and tell them what Fahrenheit 9/11's meant to you. Fahrenheit will probably not win an Academy Award, but if you put it first on your list, it will become a nominee. I used to get some ego thing out of saying I wasn't a star, just an actress. Forget it. I'm a star. I wanted it. I worked for it. I got it. I really want Americans and all of us to be less afraid of death and know that it's a passage, but that don't go to the funeral before the day of the funeral. I'm trying to live every moment as much as I can. I wouldn't give people advice except to share with them what I'm doing, which is, you're alive. Stay alive. Don't live in fear of dying. Actors often want to look like they're comfortable. You want to go into an audition saying, I'm your gal, I'm what you need. Yet you don't want to push. I've always done character roles in tons of movies as the so-called star, but I always felt I was one of the team. Forgiving is giving up the wish that things could have been different. They weren't. That's the past. Let it go. With imagery as actors, no. You can make up anything you want to. You can put yourself in icy water to get rid of this or that. Sometimes I yell at my cancer cells. Sometimes I make myself laugh. Really appreciate the sunset as you're driving home, cursing all the terrible drivers on the road. Be where you are when you're there rather than out there in the future or back there in the past. I'm talking about enjoying and finding pleasure and interest and happiness and curiosity every moment, knowing that you have something you have to deal with. Rising to the occasion builds character. Though I'm 75, I'm not looking forward to death, but it's there for all of us. Cancer reminds me of a very bad but tenacious performer who, although no one wants to see, insists on doing an encore, having a return engagement, making a comeback, and, worst of all, going on tour. I'm happier because I had to face what all of us try not to face, that we're going to die. It's a fact. We think it's food that matters the most, but exercise and food both matter. I've had a lot of great stuff, spectacular stuff happen to me. I've got to not be a pig about life. There are times when I cry. I'll sit in the chair and feel the depression. Let it seethe. Then it starts to go away, and I find myself laughing, saying, well, that was dramatic. I've had very deep moments of sadness. What I do is really sob, really cry, do whatever it is, and then kind of release it. Then I can go cook dinner or make a phone call to a friend. All of us are going to die, every single one of us. So, while you're alive, be alive. I am a cancer patient, and I continue to fight with the hope that a cure may be just around the corner. I am grateful to my family, friends, loved ones, and to fans that I am in their thoughts and prayers. That support gives me great hope. We have a lot of fear around death, and I thought maybe I can help somebody. I want people to be less scared. Death is out there for all of us. I don't wake up saying, oh, I'm going to die. It's a waste of time. It really is. I have had acupuncture regularly, and I engage in visualization, which is actually an actor's tool. Visualizing myself kicking out the cancer, making up scenarios. I think you just take each day and get the best out of it and do what you can and have fun. I'm now the poster child for not believing everything I'm told. I really developed an early love for ballet. Like most dancers, I am still first a dancer. I'm very proud of it. Once you are a dancer, The physicality never leaves you, nor does the strength. Hopefully, it keeps you like an athlete. Daddy was a salesman and away a lot, always working. My mom took me to the movies on Thursday nights because it was dish night, when they gave you a free dish along with your movie ticket. I really got the Rhoda flavor from studying my stepmother Angela, who's Italian, not Jewish. There's really so little difference between the speech patterns and family attitudes of Jews and Italians in the New York area anyway. I'm basically an actress, not a comedian, and if something comes along that appeals to me, I'll do it. I don't see anything degrading about marriage or homemaking, but my husband and I pool the money we earn, along with the jobs around the house. Incurable is a tough word, so is terminal. I think drama and comedy are pretty much all the same, and the issue is whether or not you have a sense of humor. When I wake up in the morning, I don't say, "Oh, I have cancer." I say, "Another day. How you feeling? Good? Good." We don't know what's around the corner. It can be frightening. I think I don't want to go, but I give myself room to grieve. I think I have too little to hide to be interesting. Don't accept or be crippled by the media hype that aging is bad or shameful. Women and young girls are constantly judging themselves by standards that aren't real. At an Era fundraiser years ago, one of my favorite buttons was the one that said, "Every mother is a working mother." Stop working so hard at being interesting and focus on what's outside yourself. There are universes out there that need to be explored, and an interested person is extremely interesting. Anything I can give women to help them feel better about themselves, that's what I want to do. When you age, you can do all kinds of roles. You don't have to look great. You can be the mom, the aunt. You can have a small part. You're an actor. I was a dancer, but I was always a little overweight. I'd say, "Hello, I'm Valerie Harper, and I'm overweight." I'd say it quickly before they could. I always got called chubby. My nose was too wide. My hair was too kinky. That's very unusual for an actor. To have gainful employment that they are secure in, that they know is going to be there year after year, every 5 minutes, every hour, every day, every year that you waste worrying about your cancer, you have forfeited time that you could have been alive having fun. Valerie Catherine Harper, August 22, 1939, August 30th, 2019, in Suffern, New York. The daughter of Eva Mildred McConnell and Howard Donald Harper. Her father was a traveling lighting salesman. Her mother was born and raised in Dominy, Saskatchewan. Before becoming a teacher and later training as a nurse, her parents married in Alberta before her mother immigrated to the United States. Valerie was the middle child of 3, between her sister Leanne and her brother Merrill, who later took the name Dawn. After her parents' divorce in 1957, she also had a half-sister, Virginia, from her father's second marriage to Angela Posilico 1933-1996. She stated that her parents were expecting a boy, but after her arrival, her first and middle names were derived from tennis players Valerie Scott and Kay Stammers, who were victorious doubles partners at a tournament Harper's father was attending the day she was born. Her father was of English and French ancestry and her mother was of French-Canadian, Irish, Scottish, and Welsh ancestry. Valerie Harper was an American actress. She began her career as a dancer on Broadway, making her debut as a replacement in the musical Lil Abner. She is best remembered for her role as Rhoda Morgenstern on the Mary Tyler Moore Show 1970-1977, and its spin-off Rhoda 197-1978. For her work on Mary Tyler Moore, she thrice received the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, and later received the award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series for Rhoda. Her film appearances include roles in Freebie and The Bean 1974 and Chapter to 1979, both of which garnered her Golden Globe Award nominations. From 1986 to 1987, Harper appeared as Valerie Hogan on the sitcom Valerie. Harper returned to stage work in her later career, appearing in several Broadway productions. In 2010, she was nominated for the Tony Award for Best Actress in a Play for her performance as Tallulah Bankhead in the play Looped.